Algebra 2, Lesson 48, Radical Equations. We'll be doing all the practices A, B, and C. Now, starting with A, we're going to go ahead and use our rules of equations. Starting with PEMDAS backwards, we'll go ahead and move this -3 to the other side. So then we get square root of x minus 5 equals 10. From here, we have to go to this exponent, or the radical. We have to get rid of it. So we do that by squaring both sides of the equation. This will just give us x minus 5, and that turns into 100. We add 5 to each side, then we get x equals 105. Now normally I would tell you you're done, but in these radical equations we always have to check our answers and make sure that the value we get works, because sometimes these square roots are a little funny and we can't quite get a real number to represent that x. So we just check our answer by plugging 105 back into the original equation. Or, actually we can just, we'll plug it back into the original equation. So we do the square root of 105 minus 5 equals, minus 3 equals 7. Again, we'll add 3 to the other side, and that will give us the square root of 105 minus 5 equals 10. 105 minus 5 is 100. Square root of 100 is equal to 10, and 10 equals 10. So this one works, and we know that our answer, x equals 105, is correct. Now, let's go to practice B. Again, we're going to use PEMDAS backwards. We're going to subtract 1 from each side. Gives us -12 over here. Square root of x plus 5. Square both sides. Oops. So then that just gives us x plus 5 equals 144. From here we subtract 5. And x should equal 139. Now we have to plug that back into the equation to check our answer. So we'll rewrite that as the square root of 139 plus 5 plus 1 equals -11. So we'll go ahead and subtract 1 from each side. That's going to turn into -12, and then this will add up to square root of 144, and the square root of 144 is positive 12. So positive 12 does not equal -12. So for this answer, we are going to write no real number exists. So no real number, or no real solution. Now on to practice C. This one might look a little daunting, but it's pretty similar to the last one. We're just going to have to solve it with a quadratic at the end. So same thing, we're going to go ahead and use our PEMDAS backwards. We're going to move 2 to the other side. That will cancel. Then we get x minus 2 equals the square root of x squared plus 3x minus 10. From here we square both sides of our equation. This is just going to simply become x squared plus 3x minus 10. And on this one we have to do some multiplication. So we'll come off to the side and we'll do x minus 2 times x minus 2. When we FOIL that, we get x squared minus 2x minus 2x minus 4x plus 4. So that's going to equal x squared minus 4x plus 4. From here we're just going to get all of our x's on one side. And what that will do is cancel out this x squared. So if we subtract x squared from each side, and then we add 4x to each side, these x's will cancel and these x's will cancel. That cancels, and we get 7x. We'll go ahead and add the 10 to each side to move that to the other side. That cancels, and that becomes 14. So then we get 7x equals 14, divide by 7, and then x equals 2. So again, we still have to check our answer. So let's plug that 2 into our original equation. That's going to be 2 squared plus 3 times 2 minus 10 plus 2 equals 2. So let's go ahead and solve this and see if it works. Let's see here. 2 squared is going to be 4. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Square root of 0 equals 0. 0 plus 2 equals 2. That one is correct. So x equals 2 is a good answer.